Okay, so next we will look at nested dictionary. Okay, so I'm actually declaring a dictionary students, and then within that I have a dictionary called A1 and also A2, which have got name and value pairs. Now if I want to access these elements, say for example I want to get the value of John, so A1 and then you give a name, so it will give you John. Similarly, so if I want to access this value A2 and then score, so that will give you the respective values. I want you to try A1 score and also A2 name as well, so you just get the 4 values. So let's look at how to access. So this is the dictionary and then we are using the for loop. Let's implement the same for list. Let's say we have a list and then we are using a for loop to print it, and then other way using an index is this, the result. So you have the items and then here we have the index and the item. Let's try to understand this particular program. Okay, so we have declared a nested dictionary and then we were trying to access A1 and name and then A2 and score. So what happened in this case, what happens in this case when you run the program is, first your program control will look at the dictionary and then it will print the name of A1 which is John and then A2 score which is 92. Okay, so in this case it's sequential, step by step it is executing, correct? First this step, then the next line of code and the next line of code. Now there could be a scenario where you might print or you might execute only the statements which depend on a condition. Okay, so let's look at this control flow and let's look at this particular statement. Now I have declared a variable num1 and then assigned 200 to it, and now I have a condition. Okay, if num1 is less than 100, okay, let's do an int and then input. Okay, and then we'll say enter any number. Okay, now we are checking if the number is less than 100, then we are saying number is less than 100 and the value of number is whatever is the value. Okay, let's try this and then we'll say this is 10. Okay, so it says number is less than 100. Okay, now let me just run this one more time and then say 200. Okay, so what has happened here? The condition has failed, which means 200 is not less than 100, so this part doesn't get executed. Okay, whereas if the same condition is met, say for example 75, this condition is met, hence these two lines of code get executed and you get the result. If we take a number like 300, so it doesn't give us any output. So how to handle this? So for that we have code something like this. Okay, so let's put this code, and then we are checking if the number is greater than 10, then we are saying that number is greater than 10, or if it is not, it will give us the other type of output which is not greater than 10. Okay, let's try this. So I will enter 20 which is greater than 10. So it says 20 is greater than 10. Likewise, if I enter 5, this also gives us some output. 5 is not greater than, or you can say 5 is lesser than 10. We'll look at a similar scenario. So I'm trying to take the age. So again we'll take an input of the age, enter age. Okay. So prompts from the age, for the age, and then if I say 20, you are an adult, or if I say 17, yeah, go ahead and take this. There could also be, now we have only two scenarios. One is 18, greater than 18, and which is less than 18, you can say. Now there could be three scenarios, right? So how do we handle that? So we enter the age and then we convert it. So these two steps, if you combine, this is the same thing, correct? Understand this. So one step, or you can split it into two steps. So I just made it into one. The second case it is two steps. So either ways it's the same. Now I'm checking if the age is greater than 18, then adult, equal to 18. So we have a double equals here. Okay, so double equals is a comparison operator, which means we are comparing the value of age with 18. So if you give an input of age is 18, then the age value is 18, so it compares with 18. So the condition is true, then it will print whatever is the print text there. So if it is not greater than 18, then it will check this particular condition. If it is equal to 18, so even if, say for example, the input is 16 for example, so this condition will also fail, and finally it will print this one. So let's look at the output. So the first case I'll put as 19. So what happens in this case? So 19 greater than 18, so it will print only this part and the rest is all ignored. Okay, so if the condition is met, only that part will get executed, rest of the code will be ignored. Let's look at the condition number 2, which is 18. So what happens? So first it will check here, 18 greater than 18, it fails, so it will not get into this part. So it will go to the next part, which is age equals to 18. Now the condition is met and it is true, so it will print only this, not the other two blocks of print statements. And let's look at the third part. If it is say 15 for example, so again this condition fails, this will not be printed. This condition also fails, this will not be printed. Finally this will be printed. I hope this is clear.